through the window there, and he's able to finish Aziz there. Seeker G is trying to advance up this hill for the time being here, and currently there is a little bit of smoke cover available to them, and their Hydrex man is trying to get the res off, and given the slope, it might be good anti-nade kind of territory, but Alan Lembu in the rear has been taken out, but looks like Hydrex man able to pop out of the smoke and knock him down, but Doobie2 getting knocked down in the process, and competition coming in from this side as Dexjack gets knocked down and taken out, but looks like backup has arrived here, and Lapar should be able to take them out, but unfortunately they have already lost one of their players, now leaving Ejak. Now it's going to be just Lapar Esports against Team 1 over here, and let's see who will be able to come out on top, as we do see that the more nades are coming out here as they are priming themselves for the final bit of action that is going to go on here. So as you can see, a lot of smokes coming out here, and the closer that you can put the smokes actually, well you can use them yourselves in close proximity, if you're able to block the line of sight of your enemies and also restrict the amount of sound that they can actually hear, then it's going to be definitely very advantageous. So Venus here going to try and come over the top here and get Doyu. He gets a few hits, but he has to back down. And Doyu trying to do what he can. He gets one to Mel Romeo. Mel Romeo having advanced all the way up to the building here. Might get shot in the back here by Le Mans, and nothing much that he can do from that flank there, as Le Mans will finish off Mel Romeo for these qualifiers number 2. And Koyak Gaming here should be able to get mocked up as well, and Dexjack going to take the opportunity to move away, but actually he does manage to get the drop onto Ejak here as he goes down as well, and now looking like the circle is actually going to hit them all pretty much here in very hard fashion, but looking as though that we see that the team members from KS Gaming Sarawak 2 have actually been eliminated here in this game, and wow, Dexjack able to wipe out the rest of these, so we could see how that's going to play out, but Don Pablo and Sirpak Choi going to get a couple knocks onto 6 Gaming here, so looks like these teams will continue to duke it out here, and they're looking to press the advantage here, looking at only Gary Ang and Cold Blood to try and hold the fort. They are trying to throw up some nades here in an effort to try and prevent further advancement here, but I'm not sure if it's going to work here, as they're almost upon them, and the NDBG is confirmed killed already, and looks like Cold Blood meets his end, as well as Gary Ang, as they're able to be wiped out by Awful Squad. So Awful Squad collecting 6 kills.
Blue zone, as Summer is going to start popping off that utility here, and he's able to catch out Nazy, so a nice peek there from Summer, going to really allow him to move forward here, but Joker just trying to hold the fort, but he gets picked off by Misty now, so now it's going to be Caxton here versus Infinity Gaming, but it's only going to be, it's now a 2-on-2 situation where Caxton, after losing 2 of their players in that round, now looks like Koken here going to get a nice headshot onto Summer here, and now it's going to be a 2-on-1. Red Moon's going to be the last player here. If it's not going to be any more circles, it's just going to collapse at the end of 40 seconds. So the more central that these players can get, the better, but given that it's going to be a 2-on-1 situation here, there's every chance here that they can try and finish it off, and looks like Koken taking a bit of damage here instead for the rest of this game, but looks like Too Easy able to get that sliding roadkill there, and Recoil's gonna face an early exit here for his team Revo Blue. Infinity Gaming running out in the open here in a very daring play. They're luckily moving when Stadium Fighter are in rotation here, and Yongli here going to take hits, but looks like Yapam also, so nice shots there from Koken and Mellow One, as now El Capitan trying to get away as well, but he's taking a lot of damage himself. He's almost going to be blowing up there, so he's had to get out of the vehicle for the time being, so a little bit of a horrible transition here for Stadium Fighter, as only one player did get across the bridge at the moment, and now Koken is going in for the final kill. A nade comes out from Misty, is going to put some pressure onto El Capitan. He takes a lot of damage from that one, and he's going to get caught out by Misty. So now Stadium Fighter reduced down to 1 player left here, flank there, so he and Dreams are going to see whether or not they can take this fight, finish him off, and looks like Dreams really carrying the way here So he picks up 3 kills there, just finishing off the FFG Alpha players. But Nazy and Yusui here are going to push through this smoke here and see whether they can catch out. But Cold Knight shoots through the smoke here and able to catch out Nazy. So Yusui here going to be the last player, and Dreams really bringing out a good performance here. Going to go for extreme snaking action from the looks of it. And now the push is coming from KS Gaming. Sarawak squad 1 up by goes down here after we're getting engagement from 2 different sides here. As look as like now it's going to be big trouble for KS Gaming Sarawak. There's only Mambu who's left up here. Abilid's going to go in for the finish here, and he's got X-Pens as well to back him up, but Abilid going down as well. So they should be able to res him up. They managed to finish off KS Gaming compound here effectively, and they lose all their players. And I think we did see Young Team claiming a number of those kills, and they're knocking down more of the players from Revo Blue now. So 2 of them are down, leaving Quick here and Ruin here. But looks like Elena will take them out here as they finish them off. But actually it was Subaru-kun here that was able to use the M249. But now there's Fleoflux and Abang Long moving in for Team Baduk here as they take out a lot of these players here, leaving only Elena to run away here. And looks like some repositioning coming in from MMG, but Nazy getting caught out by Cold Knight there. So now Messi going to come in here, see whether or not he can get a good flank. Cold Knight is pushing here. Tego Maestro is a little bit preoccupied here, trying to get his team member up, and now they're all swarming this building. And Nazy can't be res here at the moment, as now looks like Usui here getting knocked down by Mr. Flank. Cold Knight taking out Tego Maestro here, and now there's only going to be Jokers. Joker's going to finish off Mr. Flank here most likely, but no, it looks like he's able to be saved here by his teammate Messi there. So he's going to really thank his lucky stars that his teammate was able to chip in lightly here. And it looks like Cold Knight here getting sniped here, and Messi's going to try and go in for the res here. Maxter D going down, leaving Zummer all by himself. Now Zummer is going to try and put more pressure onto MMG. They're not going to be able to get Cold Knight, but looks like Knockout Boy is going to confirm the kill on a Maxter D, and Hing going to be able to take out Zummer as well. So looking good for U1 Gaming. Currently they finish off Caxton lightly here, and looks like Cold Knight here getting sniped here, and Messi's going to try and go in for the res here. Maxter D going down, leaving Zummer all by himself. Now Zummer is going to try and put more pressure onto MMG. They're not going to be able to get Cold Knight, but looks like Knockout Boy is going to confirm the kill on a Maxter D, and Hing going to be able to take out Zummer as well. So looking good for U1 Gaming. Currently they finish off Caxton. Not only that, can they get their first chicken dinner? So it's really looking very good for them here as they're putting excessive pressure onto MMG. Currently Mr. Flank here trying to dodge everything, but Hing able to catch him out, and now Messi trying to get the essential res here onto Cold Knight, otherwise he's going to be in a lot of trouble here. And now looks like it is on the move. Cold Knight might be caught out here if he doesn't start moving, and he's already taking a lot of damage from the blue here. He's back to 50% health. Looks like Messi here going to try and rotate a little bit, get a position, but Frenzy's going to cover that side, not going to let him move any further. And oh, nice headshot from Frenzy, able to catch him out there in the bottom right of your screen. And looks like Knockout Boys will catch Cold Knight there. But now here on your screen you do see FFG advancing on the compound held by Olympus X for most of this game. And wow, it looks as though that the team members here from Young Teen are almost there, and they're just getting wiped out just as they finish their long swim. Just to add insult to injury, I mean, what a way to go, right? And we are going to be in for quite the dramatic finish here, guys. And looking at this, Maxter D taking stepping outside the zone just a little bit here. Now he's able to see Kimmy, and he's able to get him down. So now it's going to be a 1-on-2 situation. Mooks is going to be all by himself there. He's getting sandwiched by the blue here, and Red Moon is going to finish it. So you're going to go and see whether he can catch Elena here, and able to catch out that player here from Young Teen, and looks like Joker, or rather Syndicate here, is so well hidden in between the wheels of that buggy that all the players here from Genius Team just have no clue where he is, and not even looking around for him at the moment. So Syndicate just going to be, again, one of our top 10 killers here at the moment, and it looks like Syndicate will have to move soon, but looks lucky for him. The players here are moving first here, and he's going to try and shoot them all in the back, and it looks like he's able to get one kill onto Joker X here, and he's getting a little bit of help as well as Smurfette also chips in while Syndicate finishes off Red Moon. So Lapar Genesis here really able to come out over these two teams here, as now it's only going to be 3 teams left, 2 solos, and Smurfette left over here. Tulong is down at the moment, and Smurfette is a little bit spread out, so not going to be here at the moment. But now they still have advantage. They do have 2 players still alive here, but Halfway running out in the open here after he has to move inside the zone. And looks like Syndicate really being the powerhouse right now for Lapar. Genesis really carrying and picking up quite a number of kills as now he's managed to move inside the zone, get that vehicle to work for him. And he has 4 kills already for MMG, and looks like he's going to put up a spray onto Susario. And he goes down, but now Syndicate here going to try and finish this, and he's able to do so. So Lapar Genesis coming out with the big.
Hello guys, welcome back to the 3rd round of the PUBG Malaysia and Singapore Championship 2018. Of course, together with me we have the awesome Jay.
Yeah.
So Jay, what's good, man?
Well, just looking forward to getting started with this round number 3, Jin. I'd just like to extend an apology to everyone for the technical difficulties that we've been facing and that we've been running quite far behind time, but we are looking to get started into this round number 3 at the moment, guys. We have managed to successfully load in, so we will be getting started in just a little bit. So for those of you who were not able to catch some of the action a little bit earlier on, we saw Silver Wolves take chicken dinner in round number 1. In round number 2, we saw FFG able to take that chicken dinner. So let's see how the rest of these teams are going to be faring up. I think they've had quite a bit of time to actually go back and think about what exactly that they want to change things up a little bit, maybe even review some of the footage that they've been seeing.
So during the break, I did get to talk to BMW just a little bit to see what went wrong, where we did see in game number 2, FFG actually, they went into quarry and took the whole squad out. So apparently there was like miscomm. So these are the things that teams will actually need to work on when they come into a setting like this, a LAN setting, a LAN competitive setting for PUBG. The best of the best teams are here today. You don't want to make mistakes such as that. You don't want to be having miscomms or wrong shot calling, because that will basically be either you make it or you don't make it, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think it's good that if teams start to look internally, you know, just to see what they can do better and stuff, you know. I think that's always going to be like the key to improvement, you know, in this kind of game as well, you know. I mean, of course, there's always going to be an RNG element to it, you know, but it can't always be RNG, you know. So you have to make your own RNG at the end of the day.
You have to make your own RNG. It's like a very good point there coming from you, Jay. Also, teams like GoVenture, I did talk to them a little bit, just asking them what's wrong. They were just trying to get into the zone, trying to compose themselves, because it is their first time sitting in front of the stage. They are seated in the booth on the main stage, so maybe just a little bit of stage fright. Yeah,
they're in the hot seat at the moment there, but I mean, of course, there is going to be all the grandeur that comes with it, you know, but there's, of course, the pressure as well. But I think they're no strangers, you know, to these type of events, you know, so I definitely see them overcoming maybe some of the shortcomings that happened in rounds 1 and 2.
Yeah, so some of the teams that I actually got to talk to as well is GeekFam. So they are pretty... They are basically not performing as they were and as they are expected to. So gonna see if GeekFam will actually bounce back. So they did say they are trying to change up the strat a little bit. Not gonna be talking too much about that because everyone here actually can listen to us, right? So we're gonna see if GeekFam will actually manage to bounce back to secure at least a chicken dinner for today or maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So we are just about ready to get started with this game. So just a big thanks to our partners and sponsors of this event, namely Cellcom, Cause and Effect, K&K Revolution, Gank, Brew Games, Lot 10 for an awesome venue at Geek Arena, Vistana, the Players Hotel, and Battle Arena hosting this event. And of course, this is all backed by PUBG Corporation, and this event is organized by Geek Events. So guys, hopefully we're able to have a good round 3 here. So let's get started into it, and we see that it is going to be a southwestern plane going all the way up to Kameshki over here. So already off the bat, I noticed that quite a few teams actually deciding to drop a little bit early here.
Yep, and we do see the plane bisecting the map right in the middle. Of course, coming in from the southwest to the northeast side of Erangel, we are going to be seeing most of the teams going back to where they loot. Usually, for example, we're going to see most probably FFG going back to Milta. We're going to see GeekFam going to that Lipovka drop as they always do. Quacker and Resurgence going to Mill Base as well. So we're going to see how it plays out, where the circle actually lands. Like we mentioned, we would like to see a mountain finish. So hopefully maybe the Stalbel, maybe the south of George.
Yep.
Hopefully we get to see. We did see a quarry finish in the past game. Let's see what other amazing stuff we can see.
Well,
in
I
game
mean,
number
it's
3.
all about variety at the end of the day. That's why the randomness of exactly where you're going to play on PUBG is always going to capture the imaginations of people and everything. But yes, interesting that Resurgence now going to military base together with Team Quacker at the moment here. So that could be a little bit of an interesting situation. Resurgence, while they haven't gone there the last 2 rounds, they do like to go there on a regular basis. So it could be interesting to see who will be the king of the military island. But yes, in Pochinki, it is a little bit crowded over here. We do have ONE as well as Stadium Fighter. So currently they're spread out a little bit here. So maybe there might be a little bit of an altercation here or there. But for the most part, I think things are still a little bit on the quiet side. And it looks like it's going to be a repeat of last game, guys. So it does look like it's shifted onto the western side of the island. So could we be in store for a quarry finish yet again here? Or shall we be scaling the Himalayan mountains?
And Adul gets knocked out there earlier on by MBT as well with their vehicle, the roadkill there, a devastating death coming in for Adul. So FFG will lose out Adul early on in game number 3. Of course, we are going to be looking at the phase 4, 5, 6 of the map, and that's when all the action will break loose. Looking at Pochinki, Stadium Fighters should be okay. They did have ONE in their proximity as well, but ONE looks like they have backed out away from Pochinki, leaving the whole of Pochinki to Stadium Fighters. So Stadium Fighters just going to be taking the time to just loot up a little bit more.
Yeah, you can see that they're all congregated here for a second there while they do try and make sure that there is no coming threat from ONE, but they are already in transition here. And while Pochinki is not too far away from the new zone there, some teams might actually favor getting inside that area, especially those in the wanting to go towards that northern Gatka or western part of Gatka, because that's going to be a bit away from the flight path and offer a stress-free looting period. Ooh,
and
looks like we have some kills on the board here. It's going to be Extense Gaming, and also on your screen is going to be Minimum Copy JIB with Rosa D able to take out one of the players there, and now Smuffin in a little bit of trouble, this time from Team Quacker.
Looks like FFG is in a lot of trouble as they do lose out Jin Kalewa as well. Now A+ will get the kill onto Smuffin. Just going to try to secure a kill there for Quacker. Going to be putting them 1 kill on the scoreboard. So FFG did lose out Adul as well as Jin Kalewa, one of the 2 marksmen that they have in their teams already out in this game. They did run into MBT, and MBT just proving to be a little bit too strong for them to handle for now.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a big loss early in the game right here, and we already have 71 players alive, so I think with the losses here, I mean, I think maybe some players did drop, but I think for the most part, we have a more or less complete game here. But yes, not the start that they would have wanted to have there after losing some of those key players very early in the game here. But everyone else is busy on their way here. As all the way here, Yasnaya, these guys do need to start thinking about when they are going to make their rotations. It is a little bit further away, and at the same time, they do have some of that time, but there's not too much in the way of vehicles and mobility that is going to really help them get across there. So they're going to have to invest some of the time to make sure that they can get into that next circle.
Yep, and mobility, of course, is one of the factors that most of the teams will have to take into consideration, especially when they move into the last circle. You can actually use the vehicle as a barricade to actually provide some cover, especially when it's going to be closing on an open field.
Absolutely.
Which we've seen time and time again always happening, where teams actually use the vehicles to actually set up a barricade for them to take cover in. So that is one of the things that you need to take note as well. Also, in terms of the utilities, the resources that we've talked about so many times, you want to save up the resources for the end circle as well. So looking at the circle, it looks like a pretty similar circle that we've seen in game number 2.
Yeah.
We might be able to see a quarry end again.
Maybe. But yes, I think the point that you raised about the extra cover that you do get from those vehicles, I mean, if it falls onto those Gatka fields, you're definitely going to need it there. There's pretty much no cover there except for some of those hay bales, as you mentioned. So that's going to be a factor here. Now, of course, it will depend on how far that some of these teams are going to be looting and whether or not they come across enough vehicles. But, I mean, hedging your risk by trying to take as much of the vehicles available to you is really going to benefit you in the long run. And I think it is going to be imperative that they do use these for cover, because given the kind of level of teams that we have here. Oh, nice shot by Manjor there.
Good shot by Manjor. Knocks out Escorex. They do bad now, losing Escorex as well as Rainzera very early on in the game. Not looking too good for bad as well.
Oh, that's got a smart, very much so. I mean, there's some good contributions coming out from those team members there. So won't be able to see any more from them now. But yes, likely that we get into the later circles where everyone is still basically alive, and it's going to really be important to make sure that you have the good position, and if you don't have it, you're going to make it a good position with any vehicles that you have. So it looks like Extense Gaming here going to scare away Genius Team for the time being here. Tengu Maestro here going to just bug out a little bit. Now, this can be a valid tactic here, where currently they only have 2 team members here. They probably can't secure too much in the way of kills. It's not going to stop them from trying, but there's only... but
Tengu will
he
run,
just,
he does run away from Extends Gaming, but he will run into the faces of Batman, and Batman will get the kill.
I think the situation has not improved, so...
it did not improve for him, so...
No.
A little bit of unfortunate events that are happening for this Genius Team here, as Batman will get that 1 kill early on for Bat. Of course, they do lose out, like I said, when Zera Astrax is out of the game. They are only left with Lokis and Batman.
Yeah.
And these 2 guys, they are like the powerhouse of Malaysia as well. Not very foreign to the community in Malaysia. One of the names that to be feared in games as well. In public games, if you go in, you see a Batman and Lokis, you gotta be careful, man.
Oh, you're gonna steer away from boot camp, I think, in those situations there. But yeah, I guess it's a nice pickup for them, getting a kill on the board there after taking 2 early losses themselves. So they already have secured a compound right in the center here. And same like what Extense Gaming was doing, even though they only have 2 people in that same house there, we do actually see them still trying to put up as much fire as possible. Of course, in that case, we did see that the Genius Team player still went inside the compound there, but it does actually force teams away that maybe they're all 4 of them coming together, and they'll think that's a whole team, and they will be able to fend it off. Otherwise, they'll crash into the compound. They will exterminate them, so they want to try and avoid this.
So basically for Erangel, what it serves differently compared to Miramar is that you can actually drive around the compounds to actually scout out compounds first, before actually committing into crashing a compound. Unlike Miramar, where we are looking at a different set of play when it comes to terrain, you can't really do that. So I would say take full advantage of it. Just go around the compounds just 2 times, 3 times, just to be sure before actually crashing into the compounds and committing for the take. Which we did see time and time again. For example, like Genius Team, we did see him falling down when he crashed into the compound without checking it, where Batman was already there waiting for him.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, but I do think that he was the scout for Genius Team there, so at least he will be able to relay that information to the rest of his teammates. But that information might only be good for the next 3 minutes here, as some teams actually that are not going to make it early into the circle, either they're going to play on the edge or they're going to time it such that when the second circle reveals itself, they would just be arriving in the first, so they can continue with their rotation, and then while everyone else is gearing up and rolling out, they can actually move in relatively stress-free there. But we see some people here already wanting to try and reduce the level risk. Hornet Gaming taking a boat over here to make that rotation all the way around Primorsk, as they did already lose 2 of their players here in the earlier game, so they want to try and take as stress-free route as possible.
Yeah, and we did see Resurgence Luvius just going for a swim there, trying to get across to the other side of the map. So Luvius should be fine. He is the scout of Team Resurgence, so the rest of Resurgence should be moving their way into the next circle as well. As Frozen, we do see Frozen and the rest of Quacker now moving from the west side bridge, from Sosnovka Island all the way into the side of, I believe this is near Ferry Pier, so they got to be careful, as I believe I did see a team that is already waiting for them on the other side of the bridge, so they got to be careful of that.
Yeah, just have to be a little bit cautious, but looks like they are going to try and get Algebra over here. He's dodging them a little bit there with the boat ride at the moment, and he's not taking too much in the way of damage here, and but he takes another big shot there, so one more connection there. I think that's going to be it, and that's it for Algebra. Actually jumps out of the vehicle and knocks himself out there, so that's a little bit unfortunate there, and Hornet Gaming is down to 1 remaining player, as we did see him travel a little bit further ahead there, so able to escape a little bit there. So in a way is denying the points for Quacker there, as I think his boat was going to be a goner in just a second.
Yep, and the bottom right of the screen right now, guys, you are watching Darkas coming in from Team MBT. One of the players that we've known to be very aggressive as well in this tournament series. Quacker is going to be able to cross the bridge without any issues, no resistance at all coming in from any of the teams on the side here. So they should be able to gatekeep the bridge, as teams from Sosnovka Island might make their way into the next circle. As we are going to be looking at MKJ, Minokopija, ROS, Ross XD as well as Nazu. Going to be gatekeeping, going to be securing this compound, as GeekFam does just make a drive-by, so not going to be taking too much of shots there. Some warning shots coming up from Snazu, not going to be dropping any members of GeekFam. So GeekFam they are looking to secure their win coming into round number 3. Of course, they do need a win. Meanwhile, best mate Warriors BMW Shining Star gets eliminated, and they will be the first team out of this game. I'm not too sure what happened. Maybe the players did not connect into the game, but Shining Star just falling short, and basically that's the end of BMW.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate for that early exit over there. So I think they'll have to try and see whether or not they can focus more on the Miramar side of things. But MMG having lost one of their players, or getting knocked down rather, from some long-range fire from the Extense Gaming guys here. But they should be okay. They're just posturing a little bit there as they have taken control of their respective compounds. But yes, we did see GeekFam actually make their rotation there, and they seem to have picked a decent path here. They're not running into too many teams. They do need to get some solid points on the board to be back in contention with the other teams. And especially we saw a lot of the other teams, stronger or more experienced teams rather, taking a few early losses there. So this is definitely the chance to capitalize. And looking at the second circle here,
look at the second circle. It's like a repeat of game number 2.
Yes, it's almost like that, you know. So are we going to see more quarry action there?
We might be able to see more quarry action coming in from this game. We do see, so Team Quacker, they will have to move in. Coming in from the southeast side of that circle, they will have to move in, but they will have to go through a little bit of resistance unless they go through the quarry, which is pretty much empty for now. For the taking of Quacker and Lapar, we do see Lapar on the side of Georgia Pole. They will be using the boat, I believe, to move their way in. Janks on his signature bike. Meanwhile, Apex takes out Frozen with a friendly kill, with a friendly knock with his vehicle there. So, of course, I would say every game there will be friendly fires or friendly knocks.
Oh, there's definitely going to be that. I mean, of course, there will be some more entertaining moments there, you know. I mean, there's always going to be the best intentions, but you can't control what happens all the time here. But looks like FFG Elite here are going to try and finish off Darkus, and he gets extinguished there as he actually managed to knock down Papa Zayed here. So FFG Elite going to try and preserve the team that they still have here, as they did already lose those 2 other players here, so they really need all hands on deck here. But MKJ actually going 2 players down here, if not mistaken, Darkus and now down to...
Yep, now looking at K-Bites, he is going to try to make the flank for FFG. FFG is going to be careful. They are going to be healing up. Papa's just using the first aid kit to heal himself back up. But on the backside here, Ross, XD and Snazo is coming in with the vehicle as well. So FFG in a little bit of a situation right now. They are outnumbered. It's a 3 against 2, but nevertheless FFG now, MX51 manages to take down K-Byte with a good knock, as Ross, XD and Snazu will be coming in from the side now. They gotta be careful as Papa Zayed will get knocked down. It's only down to MX518 and he will secure the kill onto K-Byte. Now 2 members of FBT now will come in, and Snazu will get dropped down from the side again once again. 5-1 gets knocked down and eliminated by Ross, XD and MBT coming on top of the fight, eliminating FFG from this game. That
was a courageous play there from FFG, but it was a little bit narrow there, so when they managed to push on towards the territory owned by Minokopi JIB, unfortunately weren't able to cover all the angles there, so MX518 gonna be cleaned up there in that instance there. So that's going to be it for FFG after getting chicken dinner in the last round, guys. They go out here in 19th position. So this is really throwing it up in the air as to who can try and advance onto the summit there, where I think they are currently sitting in 2nd place, if not mistaken.
For which team?
FFG Elite.
Oh, FFG, yeah. So FFG is sitting in 2nd place right now. On the top place, I think
Silver
it's
Wolves.
Silver Wolves still leading the leaderboards, but FFG, they will have to bounce back, come back in the Miramar maps after this. So they can relax, try to re-strategize their play coming from Miramar. Of course, Miramar, you need a little bit more time when it comes to strategizing your play as well. Yeah. Where do you drop it kind of stuff? We're going to see that after this game. So GeekFam is going to be taking this sniper tower here, just to secure the compound just a little while to see where the next circle is going to be at.
Yep.
We're going to see the next circle close in under 20 seconds and to see if it's a repeat of game number 2. Will we see a quarry finish once again?
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one to see. We see GeekFam all nice and together here. I think in the previous rounds they did have a little bit of problems dying here and there when they were a little bit isolated. Of course, in the first game, we did actually see them have a little bit of vehicular problems there after they were trying to move on to the military island. But of course, things have changed a little bit since then. So we have different circles. They are moving more cohesive together and going to try and just play it a little bit more on the safe side here. Try and build a good foundation to build on. I think over the qualifiers, we've seen a lot of teams, maybe they didn't start so well, but then they really managed to bring it home, get a string of consistent performances collect some chicken dinners. I think Minamkopi JIB, who finished top in qualifier number 4, they started off quite slow in the first 3 maps there, but then they grew into the qualifier. They were able to really build on their performances, and they got 2 chicken dinners on the way to that top placing there. So let's see whether or not any of these teams are going to be in a similar boat here. I think a lot of people still trying to find their feet.
Yeah, definitely, and of course the Groza is going to be found in this loot package here, as Goventure now just trying to poke some shots onto GeekFam, but he is going to be driving away fine coming from GeekFam, as Afam still trying with a 4-time score in this car L. We did see some fights going on the other side map coming in the kill feed as well. So should be fine, as Goventure is going to be holding into that compound for a little while longer. The circle is on them. They don't really have to move as of yet. But I would like to see Goventure going in for a little bit more aggressive gameplay, looking at how they came in after game 1, game number 2. Chires gets knocked down there by Jangs with a hit shot. A beautiful hit shot with his current here. Look at Lapar, they are just going in for the run.
Yeah, I guess like you have to try and make do. I mean, they were already making that swim at Georgia Pool, but looks like Season here getting in close and personal with Extents Gaming, and looks like Krustik going down here. Pattern Law goes all the way over towards Maxter D here. I don't even know whether he's aware that he's inside, but it doesn't matter. He gets him down there, so not going to be able to save his teammate, the rest of the Season players here. But there is also MMG currently in the fray. Dreams currently hanging out in the swamp and very close to Summer right now. Not sure if they're too aware of each other here, but looks like Dreams are going to get the drop onto Summer there. So it looks like Season here going to be down 2 players after having a little bit of that altercation with 2 of the different teams. And also in the swamp, a little bit further away, is going to be Infinity Gaming. So they're currently in the top 5 in our ranking. So looking to build on that very strong performance, which saw them get 2nd placing. No, I think it was 3rd place. 3rd placing in the last round. So yes, in any case, they do have 4 players still up alive here. So going to try and maintain that squad strength as long as they can here. As now we're seeing that teams are being converged together. Mel Romeo able to knock down Cold Knight. So MMG in further trouble here after he is fully eliminated over there.
Yep, and Lapar looking to be coming back into game 3 with very decent strats here coming in. 4 men strong still. Going to try to take out Mr. Flank as well, as Messi will be eliminated there by Zenix. Flank will drop down very low, as Dak Jax will get the knock and secure kill for Lapar. Now Lapar is going to be on their foot running once again. We do see Lapar running a lot coming into game number 2 and game number 3 as well. But they are pretty much okay. They don't really have any much resistance coming into the circle late. They will have to play around the edge as well. Of course, the terrain here, we are looking at the swamp area of the map, and this could be very tricky, as it will be a little bit harder to spot enemies if they are in the swamp.
Yeah, well, I guess when we see Lapar Esports very experienced, they know what they're doing playing on that edge of the circle there. So they're just going to move very purposefully and actually just continue to move onwards there. But they put up a nice concentrated fire onto those 2 MMG players, making it incredibly difficult for them to get any chance of escaping here. But now GeekFam has managed to find a little bit of a ditch here, a natural cover, while they are trying to put a little bit more pressure onto what seems to be Strive Gaming, if not mistaken there. And they're just going to hold this position for now. It's got a little bit of cover here, and will offer them a lot of information as to all the surrounding teams here. But looks like Lapar Esports found its next target. It's going to be Stadium Fighter YOLO. Looks like Catfang goes down here, and now it's only going to be Ajim and Synchronic at the moment, and currently they're hiding out in the smoke, but it doesn't matter. The nade is good from Mel Romeo, and it looks like Ajim just going to hang on back. But looks like there's a lot of long-range fire coming in from them. Currently, they're in quite a bit of view actually from some of the surrounding teams, so they're just going to have to be a little bit mindful. They back up just a little bit here.
Or look at where Deadjax and Zenix is going. They are going to go for the flank, but little do they know, Venture is sitting right in front of them right now. As you say, Ajim is the only one left alive right now. He is going to be crawling his way in, as Extends Gaming will be eliminated there by Batman. Batman just wiping Extends Gaming out of this game once again. So Lapar now going to be falling back a little bit. They did hear Gaventure just putting off a little bit of a warning shot. You know, don't come near my place. This is my place. Go and find your own house. So they will be going away from that compound as well. Now, Genius team, they will be going up against this team away S2 pretty soon. Pretty sure S2 spotted them out for a brief second there. Just a pixel of the heads being popped out by the windows. Naz getting shot as well, and should be fine, as we will be seeing how they actually move around, as Ajim will be finally eliminated there by Aeon coming in from Team Resurgence.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we see S2 Warrior actually rotating a little bit around from that coastal side there. They do have the opposing team in the way in the form of Genius Team, but it looks like Lapar moving onwards here after they were pushed away by Gaventure. And Gaventure actually stealing that kill on Synchronic there. So looks like Lapar just gonna not mind on that one and just continue onwards here. While they try and see whether they can extinguish some of these teams here. But looks like Quadro in the bottom right of your screen taking a lot of damage here after he's trying to fend off a little bit of a push there. But now looks like Infinity Gaming under full attention here from Lapar Esports. They have already knocked one of the players down. There is a bit of a narrow angle for both of these teams, in fact, but the nades are coming out in full force from Lapar. So looking like they want to try and finish this fight now. Currently the circle is on the move here. It's going to only be around for another 1 minute 20 seconds here, but currently these teams are on the edge of the circle. They don't need to move around too much here, but if they can finish this fight before the circle finishes, then they can start planning what is their next move without having to face with these guys actually sticking into their backsides.
Looking at Lapar Zena, I'm not too sure if they know that IG is right behind of them. They might be able to spot them out, but of course, yes, then again, we have the swamp area to play around with. We have a lot of trees, some terrains, some natural terrains to take cover in. They do have the logs to take cover behind of, as well as the burning vehicle. As we do see now, they are moving in. Katamabo now moving in one by one. Very nice rotation here coming in from IG, but they got to be careful as Lapar is right in front. There's some shots, some warning shots now onto Dajax, and they will know that IG is coming in hard, so might be seeing a nade coming in from Team IG or Lapar. Smoke's gonna be popped out here by Team IG just to provide a little bit of cover, just to blind Lapar a little bit as they move up towards the top hill side and to try to get the advantage onto Lapar, as Mel is also getting the same idea to try to go up a little bit of high. The nade will bounce off the tree, coming back towards him as Katamamo will be nading himself there. So Katamamo just falling a little bit too short as Koken will be taken down here by Mel Romeo and knocked to the head. And Misty now is in trouble, will get knocked down once again by Mel Romeo. And meanwhile, ONE gets knocked down. And Mel1 also gets knocked down, and Katama will be the only one left alive from IG, and then just Lapar is going in for the push now, will get the last kill, and that is the end for Team IG, and Lapar coming on top of that. Very nice play there coming from Lapar.
Lapar cleaning house right there after the angle was very narrow for both teams, but they managed to get the edge there and managed to push their way through. And while that was happening, we actually did see Team ONE actually get eliminated there, so a little bit of an early exit for them. They're one of our contenders at the moment in the top 5 positions here. But all the way over here on this western side, it is slightly crowded. They do have a little bit of presence there from Silver Wolves, and they're in danger of dropping some points here if they're not able to get out of that situation. There's only Malunuk there, as most of the teams still moving inside the zone. Quacker moving in from the south. They do actually have someone in their vicinity there, but it's going to be actually there's quite a few solo squads. I count 3 different solo squads at the moment, and right at the center is still going to be Team Bad, just trying to hang out right in the center here and offer that good lines of sight here. But it looks like Skyrex going to be able to get the nade onto Irene, and that's going to be it for Hornet Gaming after the rest of his team members all expired for quite a bit there. So done well to actually hang out there right to the end. But it looks like Geek Fam under pressure. Looks like Afam getting a long-range shot from Gaventure here, and the rest of Gaventure starting to advance on this position. They got some good angles here. Modi currently not too close to his teammates, and they are all lying prone for the time being here. So Jurinho here is coming over to see what he can do.
As Geek Fam now, as they were occupied with Resurgence, they did not see Gaventure coming in, sneaking up behind them, and they will get a few kills onto Geek Fam. Now Geek Fam is in trouble. They are stuck in the sandwich situation. They do have Resurgence to deal with as well as Gaventure. Now Chirex will be the only one left alive. There's the rest of Gaventure has already taken the US to move away from that current situation, leaving Chirex. So Chirex is going to be the scout. We might be able to see Chirex going in for the finish kill onto this team, as Lapar finally gets eliminated there by GT on the other side of the map as well. So Gaventure now just moving around, just trying to rotate around where Geek Fam is currently is. They do know where exactly Geek Fam is, as Chirex will get a knock onto Quattro, as Resurgence is the other team moving into the circle pretty late into this game as well, as Gaventure should be on the upper hand as they are already in the circle.
Yeah, and now we see Maluna getting spotted here by the team members of S2 Warrior. They're going to move in and see whether they can confirm the kill, but Quayam goes down there, and Maluna does have the first pick over here, but he's still got 3 more guys to contend with. Loopy coming around the side, but looks like Maluna going to catch him out right there, and looks like Dinosaur moving in here to try and see whether he can get more vision. He takes some hits there. Maluna also bleeding a little bit here, but looks like he takes down Red there as well. Currently only Dinosaur left here. Can he complete this flush there? But he gets caught out by Genius Team. Genius Team stops Silver Wolves from eliminating the whole S2 Warrior through just Maluna by himself there, but he did take out 3 of the players there, and looks like only 1 of the kills, unfortunately, will be confirmed for him.
Yeah, and Joker just being the spoiler for this team here from Silver Wolves, just eliminating him at the end of the day as well. So he did manage to get 3 guys down, only 1 member left alive for his taking, but he got basically spoiled by GT. And Geek Fam is going to be still the current location, as Gaventure will be around them, as well as Resurgence will be close by on the south side. So we're going to see how Geek Fam actually plays this out, and going to see. So Gaventure, naturally, they have a natural terrain to play around with on the north side here, and the circle is closing in slower on the other side, and they should be able to get into the next circle without any problems. They will be somewhat in a good situation right now to play. Yeah,
I think currently with this given position here, currently the Geek Fam guys are currently inside the zone. They're not in any rush to actually make any move here. So they know that they lost one of their guys to one of the Gaventure players already. So likely they are trying to wait and see whether or not they can catch one of these players unawares, as it is a good way to try and get a pick and get an advantage in the fight. And it's worked for Geek Fam quite a bit there. Of course, they are going to just try and take it a little bit slow. They don't want to get picked off, as we did see Gaventure does have nice positions if they were to advance onto them. But now we see Resurgence moving around here, around the compound occupied by the Strive Gaming players here, and currently looks like Strive Gaming has lost one of their players here, and they're trying to return a little bit more fire in this direction here, see whether they can do anything. Aeon trying to get any view or of any of the heads there in that double-story house, but so far doesn't look like anything. But Luvia is trying to cross the road here. He's taking a number of hits there.
Luvia is going in for
but he manages to close the angle just in time there. And long-range nade coming out there. Looks like it's not going to connect just yet. And they are going to try and prevent Aeon from trying to meet up with his teammate there. But looks like they are all being coaxed into this area here as the blue zone is moving. It's only going to have 50 seconds before it finishes, and they're going to try and put the squeeze onto Resurgence.
Meanwhile, on the bottom right side of your screen, we do see Frozen earlier on just taking the kill onto Batman. So Batman will be down for the count, but Loki's is going to be able to get him out. Frozen now still trying to poke with his SKS with the 8x scope, I believe. Not connecting any headshot as of yet, as Gaventure is still once again just playing their move in slowly but surely. GT is on the top side of the hill. They will have the high ground advantage to play around with, as well as Team Bad now stuck in the middle, so they will be running into crossfires really soon. They got to be careful of their surroundings as well, as some nades going to be popped out here by Frozen on the bottom right side of your screen. Might just connect onto Team Bad here.
Yeah, this bottom half of the circle is absolutely crowded at the moment. Everyone is just congested all towards each other here. We see that there's going to be already like 5 teams here, all very close proximity here, but Loki's are going to be able to catch out Jurinho here. So looks like Team Bad here are going to continue onwards. Badman has been res here, but he has the whole of Team Quacker right next to him that he has to worry about here. And the Resurgence still very much engaged with Strive Gaming for the time being, but looks like they are going to withdraw a little bit from this compound. They probably don't want to try and take this fight too much, because it is a full 4-man squad at the end of the day, and you have to try and pick the right battles here. If you need to move through them, then you will try and do whatever you can to try and make best of the situation.
Yep, and looking at how the circle is developing, GT is already in the circle, so they will be gatekeeping. They do have the high ground advantage to their play as well, so they will be able to spot out all the players that is outside the circle right now. All of them are going to be coming in from the southern side of the circle. We do see Quackers now moving in just a little bit. They might get backstab here from Batman, and Batman just poking some shots. Skyrex now dropping very low, and they will be tossed onto the side of Batman. Batman's got to be careful, as he does already split up from Loki. He's going to try to play the 1-1 strat here coming in from Team Bad.
Yeah, exactly. They are trying to split the field here just to try and get a little bit more of a presence in the center of the map. Of course, it's made extra difficult. It got so many people here, and it looks like Skyrex getting the long-range stray there onto Red Tenox there. So now S2 Warrior only has one player left, and looks like Legendary 6 gonna finish him off there, and that's gonna be it for S2 Warrior. They go out in 8th position here, and now Quacker should be able to get Uplooks back up here, and they have advanced almost towards the summit here of the Genius team, King of the Hill kind of thing that they have going here. And it looks like Resurgence getting caught out there, and looks like Badman really going to town. This time all on these Quacker players there at long range at that. So it's a lot of problems going on through them, and they're going to have to try and rotate a bit. They are getting caught out themselves, and it looks like I'm going to get that final kill onto Loki's, and it looks like Team Bad goes out in 6th position.
Yep, and of course Quacker will be surviving that as Strife Gaming did come to the rescue of Quacker. Now Kenny G now moving in very fast to the side of SG here. He might be able to spot him out and will get a kill as Kenny G will eliminate Strife Gaming out of this game. Gonna be able to move into the circle slowly, but he's gotta be careful as Quacker might be able to spot him out as he tries to move in. Now Gaventure is gonna be doing fine. 4 teams left, 9 alive. This is game number 3, the last game of Erangel coming into today. After this, we're gonna see Miramar, gonna see how the teams perform as well. Now the rest of Gaventure is moving up. They will be running up top to meet GT as Gaventure now he will get 1 kill as NGRX will be falling back a little bit as Afam will finish off the kill onto Nancy, and Joker will be taken down as well. Chirex drops down by Pain, and Pain will take out NGRX. Now Afam gets taken down as well, and what a play there by Pain, and Pain will clutch it out for Genius team, taking out the whole squad of Gaventure.
Wow, that was an awesome play by Paid right there, and he's trying to look out for the other players there. He spots out Frozen and he gets him down. So he's left with only just some of the minor presence there. He does have KNY God at the moment there and Legendary 6 to worry about. So it's a one-on-one-on-one situation. So right now, looks like Kenny is just going to hang out on the low ground for the time being. Legendary 6 does have an idea as to where Paid is. Paid has to pace himself a little bit here, but he does have to move a little bit down towards the hill. And looks like Joker's just trying to get over the hill, get a little bit of vision for his teammate as a little bit of last service for Genius team.
Legendary 6 now.
There.
He might get a kill.
Some of the shots there, not able to catch out Legendary 6. He's got 1 HP left. And
gonna go for the reload.
Continue to rotate around, and he's able to do it. 9 kills for Paid so far in this game. 13 for Genius team. Now it's a one-on-one situation. Can they get their first chicken dinner of today?
They are Paid now going up against Kenny G from GeekFam. GeekFam has played this out perfectly. They are going in for the position finish. Can Kenny G upset GT? Paid has been playing perfectly coming into game number 3. I think securing at least 8 to 9 kills now in his back. So it is a one-on-one situation. It is a matter of who spots who first. But looking at where Paid is, he has a high ground advantage. He might be able to spot out Kenny G pretty soon, as Kenny G will be just gatekeeping. His crosshair mark is right on the spot of where Paid is. Now Paid has a rough idea where Kenny G is.
Yeah, I think it's been a while since Kenny has fired a shot though, so I think Paid, after all that has gone through, he's going to take it easy. Oh, he's not able to see through the bush there, so it's going to be really difficult for him to catch him out unless Kenny actually makes a move.
Now on his head now, Kenny G might take the shot. Kenny G, a headshot there, dropping Paid very low, and Paid will hear it now. Kenny G will drop very low, and Paid
playing out of his
Genius team takes the win.
Goodness, what did we just see?
What have we just witnessed here? Genius team playing it out perfectly. A Genius
Paid
team working their way into game number 3, securing the chicken dinner of the game. Wow, Paid.
Oh my goodness.
The MVP for game number 3.
Paid, oh my goodness, that is definitely the play of the day so far, guys. I mean, he took out so many players there. On the way to finishing it, he took out Team Quacker. He finished off Kenny G right at the end there, and he did manage to get 10 kills as well, all by himself on the way to 14 kills for Genius team. So awesome play from them, and managed to finish this map in some style.
Finishing Erangel in style for day number 1 indeed. paid now, upsetting a lot of the big teams here, upsetting GeekFam, upsetting Quacker as well as Gaventure. I believe he did manage to take them out as well. So 14 kills now coming from Genius Team after game number 3 is going to be putting them up in the leaderboards, of course. A lot of points in their bag for game number 3.
Yeah, I think that's the most kills that we've been seeing so far today by any single team. So that's an awesome performance from them. They did take out Quacker, they took out GeekFam, they took out Gaventure. I mean, where does it end over here? And I think, guys, you know, that's the best way that we could have finished Erangel for today here. So
I'm about to lose my voice. It's fine. It's
Oh
all
my
good.
goodness.
It's all good, guys. And of course, this is the final game for Erangel coming for today. After this, we are going to be looking at 3 more games of Miramar. Will we be able to see GT, Genius Team, pull off what we have just seen in game number 3 coming up in game number 4, 5, 6 in Miramar? Or will we see Gaventure just bouncing back from the bottom spot of the leaderboards up to the leaderboards in Miramar? We've all known that Gaventure is playing pretty aggressively when it comes to Miramar, so we might see that. And GeekFam, I have to say props to GeekFam. They did lose out a lot of members earlier on in the game. They are known to play it out a lot of times, playing it out to the position finish, going in for the top 3 finish, and proven a fact once again. GeekFam Kennedy just making his way into the top 2 spot, securing a decent amount of points for them as well to make them to basically boost them up in the leaderboards.
Absolutely. I mean, that's definitely going to really get some things. But guys, we will be taking a very short break here. We are going to try and start the next game as soon as we can here. So do bear with us. We'll just take a short 5-minute break. And then when we return, we'll bring to you the next round on Miramar.
super long time. I wanted to talk, right? Then it's like, I'm just okay. Just because when I tried to talk, I think you couldn't hear. Because we don't have the Discord anymore.
Never mind, I'll try and disrupt it here.
Yeah.
My bad.
Because when doing it, I just put it down here, so I could hear you as well. Just.
Try to make sure I can. That page,
huh?
Page. Good play, man. Intervention, look at what they are touching everyone as well. Yep. Yep, ready. When is the game starting? Yeah, sure. Genius team. 717 points. Genius team. They got 700 and 717 points. Hello guys and welcome back to the PUBG Malaysia Singapore Championship 2018. So we are about ready to get started with round number 4 here. We are trying to run the games a little bit faster here for the benefit of everyone. We do apologize for the earlier delays that we experienced a lot of technical difficulties. So hopefully everything is okay right now. So are you excited for the first map of first match of Miramar?
Always excited, man, Jay. Miramar is one of the most, I would say, technical maps to play on in PUBG. Unlike Erangel, we are looking at a little bit more different set of play. We are looking at a bigger map, a more vast map to play around with as well. So we're going to be looking at the scores coming in. So this is the scores from round number 3. Break it down for us, Jay.
All right, so right now Genius team had that monster round there after Paid able to get 10 kills all the way to a total of 14 and getting 210 kill points on top of their 500 points from that chicken dinner, getting a massive 710 points. So that's going to really propel them up the standings, guys. And GeekFam able to get a good placing here after having 2 rounds just now, which is probably below par what we're expected to see from them. But so that's going to be a nice boost to their points total right now. Quacker managed to get 3rd place here. Gaventure starting to really show the stuff that they're made of here. And Strive Gaming all the way from Brunei getting 5th position in this round here. So that's really going to help them in the points. Now,
Definitely.
let's have a quick look at the second half of this results table here. So I think we see Silver Wolves actually dropping out of the top 10 here after getting 2 solid top 5 performances in the first 2 rounds. So that's going to be a little bit unfortunate for them, and other teams are going to be catching up to them as a result of that.
So FFG Elite as well, one of the teams that actually went out pretty early on in the game as well. So this is the standings as of now. Silver Wolves all the way on top still with 1,185 points. Quacker coming in 2nd place. FFG Elite now in 3rd place. Resurgence in 4th place. Of course, Genius Team now pushing their way all the way up to the 6th place. And Bad now sitting in 5th place. Of course, all the way at the bottom we do still have Extends Gaming. We're going to see if they can bring something onto the plate coming in for Miramar. Of course, MBT did drop down a few spots as well, going down to 11. BMW 16. Unfortunately for BMW, I think some players were having some technical difficulties in game number 3 as well. So it's very interesting to see how Gaventure now sitting in 10th place, how they will perform in Miramar.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, they need to get some solid points here. At least they're in the top 10 at the moment here. They did face a little bit of problems a little bit earlier on. So, we'll have to see how that part is going to fare up a little bit here. But I like that we've seen that no one team is really dominating the competition so far here. I mean, Silver Wolves have managed to get a good points total at the top of the table here. But as we saw in the last round, they weren't able to get inside the top 10. So, it's really in flux here how all these strong teams are going to be performing, and then you can get those hidden gems like Genius Team just coming out of nowhere and really getting a great performance.
Yeah, and of course we are looking at the first map of Miramar. So just to elaborate more on what I was trying to say earlier on, Miramar of course serving the more higher verticality plays. You have the hills, you have some ridges to play around with. This is going to be the test to see. It's like I said, it's going to be a very technical map to actually play around with, as well as when it comes to looting phase. You have these high buildings where you have high angle shots. We're going to see more of a medium to long range fights coming in Miramar. Unlike Erangel, we do see a little bit more close quarter combat coming in from most of the teams. And yeah, so basically we are going to be jumping into the game in about 10 seconds right now. And we're going to see if we will be seeing the El Pozo Island, that island finish.
yes, that one. You know when we saw that on that practice script,
Yeah.
the next qualifier that we saw here, I think it's qualifier 3, did actually go there
The
as
same
well.
one?
It went to the same one, so we did see an amazing round.
Very, very interesting circle.
It's so rare, guys, to actually see the circle actually land right on the southern island of Miramar here. But we can hope for that. I mean, it does make for some interesting and entertaining gameplay right there. But we are seeing our very first plane here for Miramar. It's going all the way from that southern island all the way up to Torre Ahumada here. So a lot of teams deciding to drop around the Chumacera and Los Leones area here. It does offer a lot of flexibility for these teams into the later stages.
Yep, and of course this is the first map of Miramar, so we won't be able to basically know where the teams are going to go down first. Coming into the first game, we are going to be studying the teams just a little bit to see where the drop patterns are as well for us as the casters to actually watch them. So we do see Lapar now going to the side of Minas Generales, and of course we do see I believe there's Gaventure and Los Leones, MBT just slightly on the north side of Los Leones, as well as GeekFam all the way on top of the map there. They are going to be sitting in a very nice spot. They do have Torre Anuman, they do have Campo Militar, even Terra Bronca and Cruz de Bel all to themselves. So GeekFam looking to go on a very good start here coming in for Miramar.
Yeah, they do have a nice bit of flexibility there. Now, they really do like going to Campo Militar. It does offer a lot of good loot there, and if you manage to plan your rotation phases well, it's going to be useful, and looks like we're in for an interesting one. It goes all the way to the northwestern side here, and I think only a third of the teams are currently inside.
So we did hear a little bit of excitement scream there coming from around the team. So maybe they sort of predicted the circle is going to be there. So we are going to see a few teams might just extend their play into maybe El Pozo, La Cabrera, maybe even on the far northwest side of the map.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially since it's Miramar, we do know that it is, as you said, a very technical map. It really tests teams and their planning in terms of their rotations and making sure that they can get into these elevated or depressed places here, really utilizing the natural terrain, because there's not a lot of trees, there's not a lot of cover that we expect from Erangel here. So it's going to be important for teams to really secure those early vehicles, as mobility even more important here, and I think none of these teams are strangers to that concept here. But of course, looking at the circle that we have here, we could very well be seeing teams go all the way to Alcantara, go all the way to El Pozo, really just try and get away from the flight path, move in there early, get a very safe and stress-free